What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Give me a second. Give me a second. Just want to share this with my Discord community. Excuse me. All right. I'm gonna give you guys some time to get on. Well, welcome. Saturday night study session with Black Diamond FX. We're gonna look at some futures. We're gonna look at some forex. All right, let's see. If you guys tuning in on YouTube, don't forget to click that like button, subscribe, show your boys some love. I'm gonna put the Discord link. Hold on one second. I'm gonna pin it. I'm gonna pin the Discord invite link. Copy. I'm gonna pin it in the YouTube for those of you that would like to join in, and pin message. There we go. Wait, hold on. I gotta let y'all know what it's for first. Hold on. Discord, join my free Discord here. Paste and pin. There we go. Let's see. Move you up to the top. All right. Back to here. All right. So let's start with AUD Let's see what we got. So this is a study session. We're not looking for setups. We're just reviewing ICC, and I'm gonna go through as many of these as possible. All right. I'm gonna go through as many of these as possible. Wait, why is it showing like this here? Why is it showing like that? I don't know what's going on. What's the deal? I don't know why it's showing like that. Zoom. I'm trying to see exactly what's the issue. Why it's showing these multiple screens? I don't know what's going on. All right, but anyway, I hope you guys can follow. Those of you that's following on Facebook, those of you in my Discord community, you can watch it live. All right, so first of all, welcome. It's your boy Devin B, Black Diamond FX in our building. All right. And once again, we are reviewing the way that I trade ICC style. All right. So of course, the first thing we look for, let's go to our let's go to our whiteboard right quick. I'm gonna do a little drawing right quick. Bear with me. New whiteboard. See, I got a whole bunch of drawings on here. All right. So this is the way that I trade ICC. All right. And I call it the Black Diamond Cutter. All right. Black diamond cutter. And the reason I call it the black diamond cutter is, first of all, this is Black Diamond FX. Second, once you learn it, you're gonna get a lot of diamonds cut. All right. So this is the way I do it. All right. Of course, it's called ICC. Indication, correction, continuation. All right. So how exactly do we trade the ICC? So first of all, ICC, I ain't gonna lie, it works best when the market is trending. All right. So say for instance, the market is going up, down, up, down, up. All right. So when you get this break of structure here, all right, it's good to know market structure. If you don't know market structure, you might struggle a little bit. All right. So you want to know market structure, at least basic market structure. All right. So this is your I. Every time we get a break of structure here, every time we get a break of structure here, all right, that's your I, that's your indication. All right. Now you get that break of structure. Price likes to come back inside of the range. All right. Now, once we break this structure here, the range is from here. This is the bottom. This is the top of the range. All right. And price always likes to come back inside of that range, in between your bottom and your top, to what's called internal range liquidity. When price comes back down, that is called your correction, or the first C, NICC. All right. So we got the I, once price breaks here, the C, first C, the correction. All right. Now this part here is where a lot of people struggle. All right. Then they see the correction. All right. But as far as finding the internal range liquidity, they really don't know where it's going to. They don't know how to find it. So here's what you do. You look for fair value gaps and order blocks. All right. Now, where I like to look for them in, below 50%. All right. If I'm going up, I like for price to come below 50%. It don't always come below 50%, but that's where I find the best ones, because sometimes it'll come down and fall short, and then it'll start going up, then it'll come down. All right. And if you get in here, you're going to get swept. All right. So sometimes it happens like that. And then once it comes down below 50% to your order block or your fair value gap, and then price likes to continue on up. Now, when it comes to your order block fair value gap, that's your internal range liquidity. All right. That's your entry. We enter at internal. Always remember, we enter at internal and we target external. So where's external? External is we going up. The external will be the top of your range, the tops of your ranges. All right. Because if the market is going to keep going up, it has to break that. All right. So why not make that your target? All right. So that could be your target number one. Okay. And once you get in and price starts moving away, that's your second C, known as the continuation. All right. And that's when the price is bullish. Now, when the price is bearish, it's going to look something like this here. All right. So same thing. You're going to have your range right here. This is the top of your range. This is the bottom of your range right here. All right. So what's going to happen? Price is going to pull back to internal range liquidity. Once again, fair value gap, order block. And you want to see it. I like to see it come above 50%. That's called premium. All right. Anything above 50% is premium. Anything below 50% is discount. All right. And remember, you want to sell from premium, you want to buy at a discount. All right. So you really want to see price go above that 50% into premium. All right. And then you're going to look for your entry here. All right. Now this is assuming we already got indication. All right. This is assuming we already got indication because you see we started from here. But we could look at it from this point right here. All right. Once price breaks this, we got bearish indication. All right. Now check it out. Now your range is from here. Price will come down. Doot, 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 doot. All right. Then when it start going up, you know your bottom of your range is here. All right. And price goes where? Same thing. You want to see price go into premium. Once again, it won't always go into premium. But that's why you want to get your best trade in premium. All right. And that's when you're selling. Enter here. Now my entries, I like to go to the 5 or the 3 minute time frame. And we're going to get into entries after this. But you want to get in, you want to go to your 5 or your 3 minute time frame, get in your entries, all right? And then you get the correction. I mean, continuation, I'm sorry. This leg here is your correction, all right? And then this is your continuation coming down, all right? So let's go into charts. We're going to go into charts first, then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you how I find my entries, all right? Let me clear this right quick. Go to the charts. Let's see. I want to find something. I want to see a clear one when price is actually moving so you guys can see it clear. Having a little trouble with my mouse pad. Let's see. Let's go in the 1 hour. All right. So let's see. Let's see. All right. So let's take a look at this right here. We're going to look at, see how price came down and then it reversed and started going up. We're going to start looking at this up move right here. All right, from here to here. So look, check this out. Now in each range, you have many smaller ranges, all right? Just like this range from down here to up here. Look, you have smaller ranges inside. Even this from up here to down here. See how I make little mini ranges and price pulls back? All right, now let's take a look. So if I'm looking at this right here, and you can see price came down, it pulled back. Price came down, it pulled back. Now, look at this right here, because this is important. You see how price was coming down, right? And then as price came down, it kept pulling back inside of your range. Came down, pulled back. Came down, pull back. But look at what happened here. This pullback, it came into our internal range liquidity, but look at what happened. It failed to break this low right here. All right. Whenever you see it fail to break this low, that's an indication that we might be getting a reverse. You can call this a shift in market structure. You're going to either see it look something like this or that change of character like this here, up top here. That's your change of character once you break that high right there. All right. So here you got the shift in the market structure and you got that change of character. All right. This is technically indication, or you can do your indication from here. All right. But your chalk is indication, indication, your change of character. And then look what happened. So remember, where's your range? From down here to up here, right? Watch this. That's market from here, from down here, all right, to up here. All right, y'all see that? Now watch. Where does price come back? Internal range liquidity. You got a big order block here. See, if I put these together, this is like a big old engulfing. Big old bullish engulfing. All right. These consecutive candles coming down. These consecutive candles going up. Watch. Let's go look at it on the 2 hour. See what it look like on the 2 hour. On the 2 hour, look, you see that? Bullish engulfing. Your bullish engulfing always gonna look like an order block. All right. And when you have fair value gap and it breaks structure, that's what makes it a strong order block. All right. Let's go back to the 1 hour. All right. And then look what happened. Price came into that order block fair value gap combo. All right. Gave you that trade coming up. Although it did come back down here, but look, this was protected. It never came back down this low. All right. So if you put your stop loss down here below the order block, you're safe. All right. This low here did get swept by this wick right here. And look what happened. It went up and broke and took this high. All right. Remember I said from internal range liquidity to external range liquidity. That's where you trade from. All right. From internal, your external is this high right here. All right. It would have hit you, got you right there. Although price did come back down, you would have been out of this trade already because this is your external range liquidity right here. All right. And that would have gave you, let's see how many pips. This is GBP AUD from here to up there. Look at that. That's 100 and roughly 150 pips. So that's more than enough pips right there. 150 in Forex. That's real good. All right. And then look what happened. Price started coming back down, but you would have been good right there. Now, the bigger picture, this was a downtrend. So yeah, you would have been taking a chance um buying from here, buying there. All right, because this bigger trend was a downtrend. All right. And that's my fault. That's my fault. I should have noticed that earlier. But I was just showing you guys how the ICC works, the indication, the correction, and then the continuation. Now, as far as your entry goes, I'm going to show you how I go down to the lower time frame, that 5 minute and that 3 minute. So check this out. Now, this is on the 1 hour, right? Let me make a circle around here because I want to show y'all. I don't want to lose. All right. So now let's go to the 15 minute. All right. Let's go to the 5 minute. See what it look like on the 5. Remember, I said I like to take my entries on the 5 minute or the 3 minute. All right. Now, what do I look for on that 5? Oh, wait, hold up. What do I look for on that 5 minute and that 3 minute time frame? I look for the same thing that I look for on that higher time frame. Watch this. See how we came down? And look what happened. Indication, where's the indication? Right here. Indication. Boom. We got indication. We got correction down into what? See that fair value gap down here? Right here. Right there. That's your entry right here. And your stop losses right down here. Right. Hold up. Come on. Come on. Hold up. I'm trying to. Can't wait till my new computer get here, man. So your stop loss is right down there. All right. Your entry is right down here. All right. Put your stop loss there. You can scale in small. All right. And then add to your position as price starts to move away. But you see that? Right down here. So your entry, you actually would have got way more pips than 150. Because watch. Let's measure. If your entry was here at 95830 down here, and your target was up there, well, yeah, it's like still about the same, 142, 43, somewhere around there. But still 100 pips. It's 140, almost 150. All right, but y'all see how that works. Let's look at something else right now. Let me see if anybody in any comments. Okay, nobody there. All right, let's go back to here. Let's look at GBP CAD. Let's look at GBP CAD on the 1 hour. Let me erase this right quick. See, I got GBP CAD going up to here and coming down. Excuse me. All right. So what do we have? Let's look at the big picture. We can see GBP CAD is on a downtrend. All right. We got a high. We got a low. We got a high. We got a low. So currently it's in correction phase. Y'all see that? Look. So we go from here. And see, I like to mark my correction. And I like to mark the other side up here. All right. I mark both sides. Because what if price goes and break up? Then we got bullish indication. All right. So now, what we look for now? We look for that internal range liquidity. So where do we have internal range liquidity? See, we had a fair value gap here, but look what happened. This already mitigated that. All right. We had fair value gap here, but all of this broke through. What do we have left? So we have a order block here. All right. And up here, we have a fair value gap here. Watch. We got fair value up in there. All right. And we can call this and we can count this here as a big order block right there. All right. Now let me show y'all a trick. I know some of y'all might know this already, but how I use my Fibonacci. Wait, wrong fibs. Hold on. Well, I gotta put it on. We go from top to bottom of that entire range. Let me change it to my Black Diamond All-Star. All right. See this area between a 6.2 and a 7.9, that golden area? All right. So this is where my optimal trade entry is. But if I'm looking at it, see this area right here? Look at how this fair value gap is right up in that 7.9 area. All right. So I can probably expect price to come more into here. All right. And then we can target that low right there. Now, just because I'm expecting it to happen, don't mean it's going to necessarily happen. Because price could come all the way back up here. Now, let me look at the 2 hour right quick. See on the 2 hour, you got that order block right there. Look at the 3. All right. See with the 3? Yeah, so I think it will come up into here. I think it will. It'll come up into closer to that 0.79 fib zone. All right. I think it's going to come somewhere close to that 0.79 fib zone. All right. But you can see we got the indication right here. We currently in correction. We done found our areas of interest, our internal range liquidity. So now it's just a waiting game. All right. Now it's just a waiting game. We're waiting for the price to come up, give us our entry, and then come down. All right. That's all we're waiting for on that. All right. Let's see what GBP JPY looks like. 1 hour. Let me erase this. Come on. All right. So here, this looks bearish as well. So we had like a little low right here. Let me see. They got broken. That little low right there. All right. Price had been coming down. Came up. This one is kind of, I'm not too sure about this one. Although we do have what's called a rejection block that prices seem to be reacting from right here. See right there? See that wick right there? When you get a wick like that, nothing's traded into it. Now, I'm calling it a rejection block. It might just be a reaction. Let me see. Let's go to the 15-minute. So we had an order block here. The price went a little bit higher. This can be like a supply demand zone, supply zone up there. Let me see. Yeah, a it's more like a supply zone up here. All right. But price is reacting from it. See right there? And see how it's coming down, crossing that 50 EMA? Now it crossed it, but that doesn't mean it's going to keep coming down. So this is one you would just want to wait and see. If this is going to keep coming down, I want to see price break this low, either this low or this low here. Most likely, I want to see. I'd rather see it this low. All right. So I would want to see it break that low, break it, come down, come back into it. You can see it create like a little order block right there. All right. And then continue on this way down. That's what I would want to see on GBP, JPY for me to take a sell on it. All right. Something similar to that. All right. Let's look at Euro JPY. Let's see. I know we got somebody on with us. We got two people. Let me see. Hold on. We got Origin Hardison. Oh, it's just him. I thought somebody else was on. Hey, my brother, if you have any questions, man, you could always put it in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask either one. All right, just let me know. All right. This is Euro JPY. Look, Euro JPY, this was easy. Now, for Euro JPY, I didn't do a ICC setup on this. This is how what you see here, this setup, this is how I've been trading mainly the past few years. All right, before I even knew what ICC was. All right. I'm on a higher time frame and I see price come down into a fair value gap. I see it sweeps liquidity and price starts to go back inside of this previous range right here. I already know I'm taking this buy going up. All right. And how? Because I know how liquidity sweeps work. When we sweep liquidity, 9 times out of 10, price is going to go in that opposite direction. Plus, on top of that, a lot of people will look at this and they'll say this is a bearish indication. I say no. I know it's a liquidity sweep. First of all, we had been bullish. See how this was starting to see it was consolidating, but it still was coming up. All right. And then it came up and it broke this high up here, consolidated. Then we get a sweep on the low side. You get a sweep on the low side and into a fair value gap. Come on. I already know. In my target, I'm targeting this high up here. All right. That's how I do that. That's how I've been training like that for a while. And look at what we got. This is on the 1 hour. Look at this. It broke this high right here, came back down with this weight. Look what we got. Fair value gap. I didn't even have to go down to the lower time frame to see none of this. All this was on the 1 hour time frame. But let's go to the 15-minute and let's look at it anyway. All right. Because look, you could have caught it here. See right here? It broke this, came down here. This was your fair value gap. Look what happened. Boom. It broke this, gave you indication again, came down. You had a little small order block right here. Boom. Take it up. It broke this right here. Look, into fair value right here. Never really gave you another opportunity. It came down a little bit right here, but this was your last real one. And that's another thing too. After the first maybe 2 entries, you don't want to look for a whole lot more. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. What's wrong? No, you cannot have one. You had one already. Yes, you did. That I'm on a meeting. I'm in a meeting. Go over there. You already had one. My phone is dead. All right. But after the first couple, you don't want to be trying to catch too many more. All right. Because eventually you're going to run out of space. All right. The first, maybe 1 or 2, and you're good. If you miss those, you might catch a third one. You might not. But you don't want to keep trying to, as price keeps going up, you don't want to keep trying. Because remember, price is going to pull back. and you don't want it to knock you out. All right. You don't want to knock you out. So let's look at GBP USD. Erase this on the 1 hour. See, this was all kind of jumbled up right here. This one here, I probably would have left it alone. Looked like he might have had something over here, but yeah, I probably would have left this. Let me see, hold on. We did break these little highs right here. Made it a little small. Yeah, I probably would have left these alone. Let me see. Yeah, this one. See how choppy this was? Although it did go up, it was real choppy. I don't really like that all that choppiness like that. All right. And plus this was kind of like messy. It was sloppy. It didn't really give you nothing on that 1 hour, nothing real definitive. So I probably would have left this one alone. All right. USDJPY. All right. So look at what happened here. So here we got bearish indication here. This one, we got bearish indication, right? Look what happened. This one looked perfect. This one looked perfect. Look what happened. It came up, consolidated some more, came up again into fair value, started coming down. All right. Now this one is in consolidation. Look like it might be breaking out and to continue to go high. It hasn't broken this high yet. It hasn't broken that high yet. All right. So it's still possible that it could come down. But this is one I probably would have taken, been in profit for a while, and then taken a loss on it. All right. Well, with the stop loss, well, this is on the 1 hour. I don't enter on the 1 hour anyway. I enter on the 5 and 3 minute. So I need to show y'all the entries. Oh, I did show y'all entries already. Let's see what if I would have got a good entry on this one. Let's go to, I'll tell you what, let me do this. I want to turn this off. So let's see if I would have got an entry up in there somewhere. All right. Go here, 5 minute. Let's see what our 5 minute look like. So this is our 5 minute. All right. So check this out. So see how price came up, came down here, came up, then it came all the way down here. All right. So it broke this little low right here. All right. Internal on that smaller time frame. See how it came up and spiked until we had a little fair value gap and a little supply zone right up in here. That could have been an entry. Just this little tap in right there with your stop loss right above here, right above them highs right there. And look what happened. See that little drop? See that nice drop? All right. Target these lows over here. Boom, right there. Let's see, how many pips was this on UJ? From here to here, 53 pips. 53 pips is good. 50 pips a day keep the bill collectors away. All right. So yeah, that would have been a nice 53 pips right there. All right. I think 53 pips is real good. And I like anything over 50 pips. All right. I like anything over 50. 50 and over. 50 and over. All right. That's why I like GBP JPY. GBP JPY I could normally catch 100 pips easy. 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 Just because of the way it moves. All right. But y'all see how it's going. And you can catch these going up, catch these going down. Look, we break structure here. Look what happened. Price came up, came down, we broke it. Indication, down, what it came down into, we swept this low right here. If we go this on the 15-minute, see we had that little fair value gap right here. It swept into it and then left. Price went up. We broke again. Indication here. Look, came down into fair value. Another order block. All right. But then right here it starts to get a little tricky because it broke this, then it started consolidating, and it went up. All right. And that's why I said after the first one or two, you really don't want to start getting into any more. All right. US 30. I tell you what, let's go to, yeah, let's look at US 30 on the 1 hour. US 30, what happened? Not, I ain't gonna say not much, but nothing tradable, really. Nothing really tradable on US 30. All right. Because what happened? See how we was consolidating here, it came down. All right. It gave you a little break here, gave you a break here, break here. But there was like no liquidity for it to come back to. Plus, on top of that, it just shot straight through. The indication is here. Your indication is here. You got a bullish indication there. All right. So now you're waiting for price to come back down into your range. That's if it starts coming back down from here. All right. See, you got a big fair value gap there. You got like a supply zone or order block, whatever you want to call it. You got a smaller fair value gap here. Let's see if we put the fibs on. Where's our optimal? From here to up here. All right. So look right up in this area somewhere. It could be this order block right here. It could be this little small area of fair value gap. All right. So this is one we just watched. And once again, that depends on if this is going to be the high of that range, because it could keep pushing up. All right. This is not we're not sure it even going to start correcting from there yet. All right. So this one we got to wait and see. All right. Now let's go to futures, because we're going to look at, instead of NAS on here, we're going to look at NQ. All right. Over here. All right. On the 1 hour. See how we was coming down? Look, we consolidate, come down, indication. This wick came back into the fair value, came down, came a little bit up, down. We got we got bearish indication. But look what happened. Bloop. Price came all the way back up. Now we going up. The thing about this is, okay, so where is that indication going up? It's hard to see on here. It's hard to see because this looked like it went up and consolidate, went up, consolidate, went up, still consolidate. All right. I would say the indication would be here, where that change of character occurred right here on the one, right there. All right. So price will most likely, now, if this is our range, once again, just like what we just looked at on US 30, our range might not be done yet. However, if it is done, where's the internal range liquidity? We got fair value here. This tapped into it a little bit, not a whole lot, but we do have fair value. I still would consider this a good fair value gap. All right. Even though it price went in it just a little bit, I still would consider that a good. Now, once again, that's dependent on whether this continues to go up or it starts pulling back from where it's at. All right. It's possible. Look right here. See, we got fair value here, but this was taken out. All right. So our next area will be here. We got a small one here, but that would be a real shallow retracement. This would be my next area I would look for. And I know if I put my fibs on it, let me see. Look, it's right above my 6.2. Right above my 6.2. All right. So it could come down, spike into it, or maybe just right into it. And these fibs are not 100% every time. Sometimes it's gonna fall short. Sometimes it's gonna come a little bit past it. Sometimes you're gonna get a deep retracement. All right. But when it comes in between that 6.2 and that 7.9, you good, especially if it falls in your internal range liquidity. All right. And keep an eye on this 50 EMA too. Because a lot of times what will happen is that 50 EMA, it'll tap it and it'll be inside of your zone. All right. So this is one to keep an eye on. Let me see 15-minute. Look, see right down up in here. Look, see how price tap off that 50? That'll happen a lot. 5-minute, 3-minute. All right. Hold on 1 second. Yes, you did have a banana. Go over there. I'm in a meeting. Skyly, I'm gonna tell you one more time. Go over there. I'm in a meeting. All right, y'all. That's my daughter. She trying to eat up all the bananas. I just bought some more today. Gave her 2 bananas. She won't eat. I got like what, whatever, bunches, 4 bunches of bananas. She won't eat all of them by herself. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. All right. But yeah, so with NQ, I'm just kind of waiting to see what's gonna happen. All right. See if this gonna pull back or if it's gonna continue going up. It looked like it will be bullish. Let me see. I want to see the 4 hour. Now this is interesting. This is interesting here because this overall looks bearish. All right. Overall, it does look bearish, especially with this sitting up here. This 50 EMA sitting up there. Let me see daily. Huh. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Is this going to continue to come down? Or is it going to go up? I guess we're going to have to see. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. All right. But I am expecting it to pull back. Now, whether it pulls back and continue down and break this low or pull back and continue to go up, we just have to wait and see. All right. YM, we already looked at that. That was US 30. All right. CYM, now watch. US 30, same thing. All right. And NAS and ES, normally it looks the same. All right. This is NQ, ES. See, they all look similar. They look pretty similar. I see ES and Q. All right. See how they look fairly similar. All right. So I'll be expecting them to do pretty much the same thing. All right. And of course, we have currency futures. Now, 6A, that's the Australian dollar futures. That's the same thing as AUD USD. All right, watch this. 6A. Now watch when I click on AUD USD. Look at that. See? Same thing. All right. 6B. This is the Great British Pound futures. This is the same as GBP USD. Right here, watch. See? Same thing. All right. 6E, Euro USD. Now, I don't have Euro USD on, but you see it's going to be the same. This one, 6J, Japanese Yen futures. Whatever it's doing, whatever Japanese Yen futures is doing, USD JPY is going to do the opposite. Watch this. I'm going to pull up this chart. It's just flipped. So this is Japanese Yen futures on a 4 hour at the top. At the bottom, I'm going to pull up USD JPY on the 4 hour. Let's see, where is it? Right here. at this. See that? It's like a mirror. See right there? Same, opposite. It's the opposite. It's like looking in a puddle of water, looking at the reflection. And you got a mirror in the middle right there. Look at that. So if you buy one, you can sell the other. You sell one, you buy the other. A perfect mirror image. Inverse. Inverted. All right. So that's how that works with those. All right. And that is about it. Silver and gold. Did we look at silver and gold? This is gold. I think we did. We might have looked at gold. Let me see. This is silver. Silver. I want to see them. I want to see them recover. I don't know, man. I don't know. I told somebody today I think we was just the market was just correcting, but I hope it was just a correction, but I don't know. I'm looking at this and it's hard to really say because we do have bearish indication here. All right. You can see we got order block, we got fair value, broke structure, price is in correction. See that? We got an order block there. I don't know. This might continue down. It looked like it could have been a liquidity sweep. Let's look at the daily. Daily. I'm trying to see what this swept into right here. Looked like we had a little small zone right here. Right up in here. Let me see. Weekly. See how we got that little fair value gap right there? But I mean, I don't know. See, it got a little more fair value right here. We got some underneath. I don't know, man. I want to see this go up. I want to see it recover. I want to see silver and gold recover. I'm gonna just watch it and see what happens. I'm gonna watch silver. I think silver will go up though. I think gold is gonna go up too. Yeah, I think both of them are gonna go up. But we'll see. All right. Any questions? Let's see if anybody on I'm here, Ken. What's up, Ken? What's my view on Bitcoin? All right. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. I think I did look at Bitcoin earlier today. Let's look at BTC USD. I think Bitcoin going to recover as well. See, Bitcoin came down. Let's look at Bitcoin. See, BTC USD, I like to start on the higher time frame. All right. And you can see, let's go to the monthly. You can see we had a nice demand area, demand zone. And look at what we got. See how we had this fair value gap? It got mitigated here. Look at this. We have demand zone, price swept liquidity, all right, into our demand zone, bouncing off the 50 EMA. I'm about 90, let me change. I'm about 80%. I'm 80% bullish on Bitcoin. I'm 80% that Bitcoin, 80% sure Bitcoin is going to go up and take that all-time high from right here. 80% on it. I'm 80%. I'm 80%. It's going to go up. Y'all heard it tonight. February 7th, 2026 at 11:47 p.m. I said it. Bitcoin is going to go up and take out that all-time high at $126,272. Now let's watch it and see. We're going to follow it. Over the next, every time I do a video now, I have to look at Bitcoin to see where it's at, just to see. All right. Remember, y'all heard it from me first, because a lot of people think the market is crashing. I don't think the market is crashing. I don't think the crypto market is crashing. I don't think the stock market is crashing. I don't think gold and silver are crashing. All right. I think it was just due for a big time correction, and that's what we got. It scared a lot of people out of the market. Now, what I am keeping an eye on is this whole Epstein Bitcoin rumors that's going around. People saying that Epstein was the one that created Bitcoin. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. But if it is true, uh, it might not do so good in the future. All right. The whole that might be bad for the whole crypto industry. All right. But I don't know if he created, I don't even know, you know what I'm saying? I can't say he created Bitcoin. I don't know. But looking at this, I'm 80% Bitcoin is going to go up and break that all-time high at 126,272. All right. So, Mr. Jatin Baga, did that answer your question on Bitcoin? Those of you guys that are in my Discord, if you're on live on Zoom, look, Mr. Raj coming in late. Do you guys have any questions? Y'all can unmute yourself. Kevin, what's up, Kevin? How you doing, brother? Can you hear me?
We're still
Looks
high
like
in
you might.
Florida, trying to
What's up, man? How you doing? Doing all right? I know I heard him say good morning. All right, all right. You guys have any questions, let me know. I know y'all hear my background. That's my son playing Super Mario, something on the Switch or the Wii U, one of the two. All right. But any questions? Any questions here? Mr. Ken on YouTube, you have any questions? Somebody left. Who's that? Somebody left. All right. So I thank you guys for coming. Since nobody has any questions, we're gonna go ahead on and we're gonna close it out right here. I thank you guys. If this was helpful, please hit that thumbs up on the YouTube for my YouTube people. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. It says 7 people watching. All right. Who we got watching on YouTube? 8 people watching. All right. Oh yeah, y'all. You guys don't forget, go ahead. You want to join my Discord? Okay, you like it. It was good. Okay, gotcha. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. If you're not in the Discord already, you can go ahead and click the link up top. Join the free Discord. It is free. I will be trading live Monday morning. Monday morning, live in my Take Profit Trader 50K funded. All right. So y'all can trade live with your boy. We're gonna look for some stuff, see what we got, make some money. And the following week is Mardi Gras down here in South Louisiana. But I won't be going to any Mardi Gras parades. We will be leaving town like we do every Mardi Gras and going to the beach. All right. So I thank you guys for joining in. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, share this with about 10,000 of your friends, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later. All right. Deuces.